Welcome, welcome everyone. My name is Danny, and we are live. I'm here with Robert Meredith today, and we are going to kick off our team call, which goes live every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Please tune in to our call each week. Bring new guests. Welcome to the Freedom Team, everyone that's coming on new. You can view this live on the website, team site, at thefreedomteam.co. Again, we do meet here on a weekly basis. You could also look at the archived events that go off from week to week. We go over some updates that the company's been doing, some updates with our team, and then we go into what's working with us. Sometimes we bring on some new faces. So if anyone out there is in our team, specifically with the Elite group, what an Elite member is of our team is someone that is a silver package or above and has an auto ship. And Rob knows me so well that I just manage that every week, right? All right, so it's definitely me. It's not technology, that's for sure. My apologies. I had the actual meeting going in the back on another tab. So that's it. That's really what we have each week, and like I said, we welcome all the new members in. We just can give you an idea of where you can find training, where we can meet and bring new people, and how we are when we come into our system, what we should be doing next with our team. So I'm going to kick it right over to Rob, and just kind of maybe we'll keep it open today, and you know, tell us what's going on with you as we, you know, out of the summer now, we're into September. You know, I know the convention's coming up in Las Vegas. And I see a lot of stuff heating up on the internet. A lot of people asking questions about starting a home-based business. What can you share with us tonight, Rob?
Well, just some stuff from my personal experience yet again. I've noticed for myself personally that I've gone through some periods where I've been strong. I've gone through some periods when I've been weak. And what I've noticed for myself is when I start to slow down as far as production and actually communicating with people and sharing the opportunity that we have, it's when I'm not plugged in. And when I say plugged in, I mean to these events, to the daily webinars, to the Breakfast Club, the events that the team has as well as the company to help us build our business. When people tell you it really is just that easy to invite people, there's a little bit more to it than that. You have to actually participate in it yourself. It keeps your motivation level up. It keeps you abreast of things that have changed. And you always learn new information because nobody can digest it all that rapidly. So I encourage anyone and everyone out there who's listening to this right now to stay plugged in. If you're not on Danny's friends list, or mine, or Shannon's, or Tom's, or Charles Holland, get there. Keep track of what's going on in the Freedom Team Elite as well as in the Freedom Team itself. That's where the information is, and do everything you can to get to these events. And if you're not able to attend, there's always recordings. Get to the recordings and see what's coming. Write down ideas that you have. When you have ideas that you want to share with the team, get with Danny or myself. Say, hey, I would like to speak on next Monday's Hangout, and bring your story. Bring the information that you have. Be willing to share it. They always say, you know, there is no I in team, but that doesn't mean you leave I out. I have a part to do. I have to share back with the team. If we all do that, this team is going to explode between now and the end of this year like crazy. Because like you were mentioned a minute ago, people are looking right now for another opportunity because they're getting towards the end of the year. They may or may not have made their financial goals for the year. Let's get these guys busy, get them active, and help them reach their goals.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. And do you remember when you first came in, Rob, that I think at that time you weren't even prepared to come on a video, and you come so far yourself. So we say all the time that leadership is not given, but it's taken. And, you know, people, when you're ready to do that, you know, what happens is that your confidence level goes up. You start to develop better skills by being involved, like Robert said, staying engaged, and being able to go after whales or recruit up. So we know this. I can tell you that, you know, any successful person out there that you target is someone that you want to target for the business. You know, don't be afraid to approach them, because every successful person, they want more success. And, you know, for years, like, I wasn't prepared to go up and recruit up. And I could tell you that don't don't feel that you can't ask a question. It could come in a lot of different forms. You could ask someone for their opinion, and it would go something like this. And just a quick little training. When we go to someone that we know is very successful, they're documented success. Again, you think they're so busy they don't have any time for anything. You can simply ask them what their opinion is. And you could actually, before you get to that point, you could literally just say, based on all the success you've had, I absolutely respect what you've done in the industry or with your career. If you would have just a couple of minutes, would you mind taking a look and giving me your best advice on a business decision or a business that I'm happen to be looking at right now? And you know what? Sometimes when you treat someone with that respect and you take it away from, hey Rob, look at this business for you. Now you're asking them for their opinion, and it kind of just puts it off a minute and say, wait, that he respects me as someone that has done great things in this industry, and he's a friend of mine. Sure, I'll take a look at that, Rob. I'll give you my opinion. And trust me when I tell you that if you just go through enough of those, you're going to find the right people. And so, I like to say that, everyone on this call, when you get started, if you're brand new, or if you've been around for 6 months, 8 months, or longer, it should always be your first day in the business. And you should always stay excited and walk someone new through the same process as when you started, and you remember how everyone was there for you when you first came in. And we can start as little as attending and being part of our Facebook community. I can't tell you a better way, especially the fact that we have the viral capability of being social together. So if you're in this to make money, I'm in this to make money, Robert's in this to make money and to build an empire, why don't we all contribute collectively to the team efforts? And many of us are, but if we all just contribute just a little bit, even if you don't have someone new, put yourself in the place of a new person. And how exciting would that be when someone just joins? They're welcome to the team, and everyone's welcoming that person to the team. They know they can have the confidence that if they bring people in, that will be there for them too. And that's exactly how we want to make someone feel, especially someone brand new, because again, they may feel like they're not sure how to present everything, and that's a good thing. You shouldn't have to feel that you should do all the work. Use the tools and use the team. That's what we're here for. There's a lot of people in this team that there's people in the Freedom Team that come from other groups that are more than willing to contribute to our success because we're helping them as well. So all I can say is continue to stay focused on the team efforts and recruit up. Okay, take a challenge, go after, make a list of a few people that you think are very successful in whatever they do, and try that. Try asking them for their opinion. Take them to the strategy. Show them the webinar. Bring them on, Tammy's webinar on Thursday. Today's Monday. Schedule that. Say we have a webinar going off on Thursday. Would you be able to take, half hour out of your evening and take a look at a business concept that I think that I'll be looking at, or I'm looking at right now as a business to look into? I trust where you're at in business and what you have done. Would you do that for me? Possibly take a look at a recorded version if you're not available at that time. So feel comfortable to get into that routine and always recruit up. Obviously, you always want to expose new people to the system, and you should always be keeping what we call a pipeline of people that are looking, and there's people on the fence, there's people that are coming as a customer. There's always going to be a wide range of people coming in. But get ready for some big growth, guys. I mean, we've literally just took the baby steps and what we're doing long term here. Karatbars is here to stay. This is a long-term business. Those that are following the world and what's going on with the economy and currency and things like this, there can't be a better place to be and a better product to represent than what we have. And so I remember someone told me on our team, why don't we promote something that is more practical? And I looked at him and I said, that's fine, but won't you want to kind of stand out just a little bit? Isn't there everyone else doing just what you just said? And so rather than take the easy way, as entrepreneurs, sometimes we have to pave the way a little bit harder, but ultimately that's how wealth is generated. And, Karatbars is about wealth creation. So if you stick around long enough and you find two people that see it like you and I and Robert, you're basically going to work with those two people to continue to find two. Now, it may take you 10, 20, 30, or 50 people to find that one person, but trust me, Robert, right? I mean, the difference between someone that steps out and you know without a shadow of a doubt that, you know, they might not be there right now, but they're there because they caught the vision and they'll come around.
Right.
See, you can't ignore this, right? What do you think about that?
I'd like to jump in. What you're saying, you know, seeing the vision. With what's going on with Karat bars and across the globe in the financial markets and just the economy here in the United States and everywhere else, I don't think everyone quite grasps this. When you hear about being in front of a shift, okay, that's where you want to be if you're a marketer or a salesman of anything, okay? If you look at the baby boomers, if you can offer the baby boomers what they want right when they get into that age group, then you get to ride that entire wave of that entire group of people seeking that, and it starts big and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. But with this one, this is the entire world we're talking about. The entire world is having dramatic shift in the way that we conduct ourselves financially. And it's not just here in the United States, it's across the world, and it is affecting, going to affect everyone that you know. Now, recruiting up, you know, like Danny was saying, you know, sometimes it's a little bit difficult for people. Me, myself, when I came into Karat bars, Danny, you know, I buried myself into Karat bars and I learned everything about the company. I learned everything about gold, but my hang-up was talking to people, putting myself in front of people, getting on a hangout like this. The financial success I've had and the personal growth has been because you, Shannon, Charles, and Tom, and all you guys helping me along. And if there's anybody else out there right now who has a little bit of hesitation, you know, this is the place to grow, not just financially, but in your business and personally. That's what this team does for you. That's one of the multipliers of the Freedom Team. Take advantage of it. And, you know, Danny, he's always there for me, and I'm sure he's there for anyone else. So just reach out and say, hey, man, help me out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, that they say that, you know, you put the work in and you put the time in, and, you know, you'll get rewarded for your time and your efforts. And sometimes we call it paying our dues. And sometimes when we pay our dues, we also get respect from people in our industry, and people like to know and work with those that are serious, that can ultimately help them get to where they want to get. And, you know, trust me, people do watch, you know, and so if you follow and stay with your people and you continue to offer them value, not only in knowledge and things like this, but keep in mind, guys, this is some pretty, you know, not only interesting stuff that's going on in the world, but this is serious, you know, and, you know, we're not just here, like I said, for, you know, here today, I'm gone tomorrow, and we're not just promoting the next best thing. We have the best product, period, that I've ever seen in my life. And, you know, it comes in the form of, you know, 1 gram, 2.5 gram, that's affordable to the masses. You know, if you don't have access to this product, you're doing yourself and your people a disservice. If you really do care about making money, go out and share this like, you know, like this going out of stock. You have to go out and share this with everyone you know. I can't tell you that every single time I go out for lunch, for a coffee break, to go out to meet new people, for barbecues, for parties, for out anywhere I go, this is always available in my pocket, always available. I actually went out and we're actually doing an event for Boomer, right? Boomer is a senior partner coming to Long Island for an event. And I met with several newspaper. I was looking to do some advertising in the newspaper, the local newspaper. Now, I wasn't prepared to spend thousands of dollars, right? But I was prepared to meet some new people because it gave me an opportunity to talk about the product. And although it would be nice to get some pricing and all that as well, so I sat down with several people, went over all their packages, got to meet them, and it gave me an opportunity to present my product. They wanted to know, what is this event about? This event is about this. And so, and I started talking to them about the product, and, you know, currency grade gold, and it's, you know, affordable to the masses, and it's a product, it's a wealth shift that we're in front of, and we're looking for other pioneers to help us build the area and where I'm in Long Island. And so you just never know who you're speaking to. And when I left, yes, thank Thank you for the pricing. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your time. It was worth the 25-minute drive to their office because now I just exposed 2 new people. On the way out, I said, you're more than welcome to come to the event on October 8th. You know, again, went to a local meetup, met some financial people that were doing financial meetings, and they were pitching me on another business concept, collected their cards, we exchanged information. One of the gentlemen called me in for a meeting to set up a retirement fund, and I brought my accountant, and he sounded like a great guy, and we were going to do some business. And then I said to him, you know, I'm really looking for someone that I can do business with. And when I showed you my product, you didn't jump through, you know, or jump over the table to grab that like I would. And so I said, I think you're a great guy, but I'm going to continue looking for someone that I can do business with. So just be smart, guys. Continue to talk to people and think of different ways that you can expose the product and keep talking to people. You will find the right people. So stay active, stay excited. Rob, do you want to jump in one more time?
Yeah, I'll just continue on about the product. You know, I'm active on Facebook 80% of the time, and you hear all sorts of pitches and promotions and ways of doing things from other marketers from different companies. And I've heard some serious leaders say it's not about your product. Your product never really matters. Okay? Well, this product, I believe, is the game changer. Because to be honest with you, if you're selling the next greatest pill, potions, and lotions, what happens when someone comes out with a new and improved product? Okay? If you're selling digital products, what happens when the next techno geek comes out with something better? This product is 6,000 years old and will never be new and improved because it's perfect as is. There's nothing better than this product known to man. It has stood the test of time. It's here forever. And you have the opportunity right now, watching this hangout, to get this in your hand in affordable, transaction-friendly increments. Why not take advantage of that? And if you are taking advantage of it, why would you keep that information to yourself? Share it with everyone that you see. All you have to do is offer them the opportunity to watch a 30-minute presentation. There's no obligation. It's 30 minutes. Trust me. Get people to the webinar. The webinar will do the job for you. All you have to do after that is introduce to the team, and let's get them working together. You, me, Danny, Shannon, everybody. We all work together. That's how we do this. That's why this team will bring you to the freedom that you're looking for.
Yep, absolutely. Rob couldn't have said it better. And you know, just keep in mind too that this is going to happen. All right. Now, I consider myself where we are right now as ground floor. I really do. I see this company going into a position where over the next year or so, you're going to start to see a lot of people that you know involved with this business. And that's the thing too, guys. Put a little fear of loss out there. You know, think about that. You're going to be contacted by someone that you had on your scared to call list, right? Yep. You're going to be contacted, right? And it happened to a few people on our team. I'm not going to mention any names. One of those people that the person lived in the same town and didn't contact someone, and then found out that that person was at a top level in Karatbars.
No.
I couldn't believe it.
No.
And I said, you know, it's just a lesson learned. But you got to go out there and expose new people because it's going to happen. And eventually, like I said, you can't hold a good thing quiet for too long. No. People will find out, and it's happening. It is spreading across the globe. But make no mistake, as the economy, as currencies, as the buying power all lose, we're going to be standing there with our opportunity, and people will be coming to you. And all you have to do is just continue doing what you do. Don't sell. Just tour people to the information. Like Rob said, use your tools, and the Freedom Team is here to help you. We have the best tools, best team, guys. All you got to do is tap in and be part of that. That's all we got today, Rob. I guess we'll close it out here.
All right.
All right, guys. Have a great day. Great night as well, and we'll see you next time. Next week, same time. Take care, guys.
Thanks again, Danny.
Bye-bye.